everyone, RPG Penguin here, and today we're going to be playing the Bibites. But not like you would normally play the Bibites, which is a life simulation game. No, I'm going to be playing it all wrong. In fact, I'm going to be spawning a Bibit every single second. Now, this may not sound like a lot, but these individual creatures are supposed to represent life forms. So really, every second, I'm simulating another brain in the simulation. What that means is that if I spawn one every second, that's a lot of brains. So I'm gonna go until either my computer explodes, or I reach 10,000 Bibits. Now, how might I do this? So you see this button right here? Cap, Virgin, Bibit, Spawn. Yeah, we don't need that. Uncap it. Infinity. And then we're going to go to our biome here, and we're going to go to our size simulation area and our biomass, and we are actually going to want to make our world rather small and decrease our biomass so our computer can actually run. And now, let us check Bibit. Bibit. So those right there are Bibits. If I click on them, you can see their brain, how it works, and all of that stuff. And also their vision. So right there's for the vision, here's for their brain, here's for the food, here's some genes, and now I can also, destroy them. They can force them to lay an egg or save them as a species. So, okay, every second we're going to get an additional Bibit. Right, let's go to our graphs here. No, that's not the right one. I gotta find the place where Bibits are counted. Ah, there we go. Alright, we have 59 Bibits at the moment. It's 60, 61, 62. This is going to continue to increase. And eventually, all these Bibits we have here will perish due to hunger or to wandering off into the void. So, I mean, it's starting out pretty well. Simulation's running pretty stable. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. Right? Alright, now, after about 3 minutes, Bibits are starting to die of hunger, meaning we're actually going to get meat appearing around this board. Bibits should be able to eat that if they have enough bite strength. If I'm understanding this correctly. It's also just like... Oh, they're also all fighting each other for this one bit of food. Yikes, just because I made it this scarce. Okay, just gonna ram them like that. What's their health looking like now? I'm actually kind of curious. I think it was you? How you looking? Oh yeah, they took some damage there. They're just like running at each other and hitting each other just to get these small bits of food here. Yes, right here. Another example. All three of them are there. And they may actually start taking collision damage if they move anywhere past that one piece of food. Yep, bonked. Okay. It's been about 6 minutes, and this is huge. There is an egg. I don't know where it is, but it's somewhere, which means that we're going to have a new Bibit spawn in with a new set of genetics. Maybe one that can eat the 204 meats that are now available in this world. So if I zoom in and kind of look around a bit, I may be able to find it if it's in any reasonable place. Yeah. This may be rather hard to find. He could also be in the void. Ooh, that'd not be good. Aha! I found it. It's in the void. That's not gonna live, actually. I mean, let's see. Let's take a look here. Will this egg go in the right way? Is this good? Hold on. This is the future right here. Gotta hope. Gotta hope. Okay, they're running out of food quick. Running out of food real quick. Okay. Can they eat this item? Don't think it's actually in their code to even go for it quite yet. This does not look good for them. This does not look... Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. I think they're gonna perish. Alright, so starvation is hidden here, and unless they can... I don't think they have the bite strength. Oh! They're eating it! Oh, they're not dead yet. Oh, alright. It seems like this one can actually eat the meat. Which is good. Which means that means that this Bibit will be the one to potentially lead forward a future generation of Bibits that can eat meat. And if they can, that's going to be near infinite food in this nearly infinite void, which will allow the constant spawning of Bibits to actually act as a food source. Alright, so we have something here. There's a Bibit that has a pheromone condition. For whatever reason. I'm not sure what it's used for or associated. Okay, that one's quite aggressive. Let's take a look around here. Oh, they just got thrown into the void there. So it's increase in all these things and a decrease in... So I don't quite understand... Oh, well, they're about to perish. I didn't get to look at the brain. Ah, well. Yeah, some things are starting to develop with that sort of pheromone condition, which doesn't seem to be doing anything quite yet. It's only 20 minutes in. But maybe later it will. Alright, we actually have another mutation here. This one... I guess we'll quickly check the brain first. This one has a blue trail associated with them. That's pretty good. Although it's kind of wasting energy at the moment, it could be helpful if they can actually make it through this phase. And they are in the void area, which is now, I suppose, more of just a meat area. Oh, another one also has a blue. Interesting. Alright, so we have two with a blue pheromone that are appearing, and it's sort of developing two new zones. The outer ring is where a bunch of the random meats are, and the inner ring is where all of the food should be spawning. So, at this point, the meat has gone over 1,000, and we have 300 Bibites. Now, if I'm going to go back to this graph over here, which I believe is wrong graph, it is this one, and I meant the biomass. We're going to start to notice something a bit interesting. Due to the Bibites, over time, spawning in and dying, the actual size of which they can inhabit, the maximum size they have, seems to slowly be increasing due to an increase in meat that exists. Which I find to be quite interesting. It means that this simulation could theoretically have no max size due to the Bibites that we have here, I guess I'm just going to go back here, constantly living and being spawned in and then dying. Infinite food is being added because as soon as they eat the food, it's not really being that lost. It has now reached an hour, and even though Bibites, right here, are at an all-time high of 353, we need to get this to 10,000, ideally, or just find a common pattern. I'm leaning, I want to get 10,000, but it may take a while. So what we're going to do here is go into our dynamic settings and actually increase the amount of entities, these Bibites here, that are spawning. At the moment it's set to 1 every second, so let's just double that and see where that takes us. Alright, so it's been about 2 hours, and we now finally have a Bibite who is Generation 2. At least this is the first one I saw because of the red trail. Although, unfortunately, looking at its biology here, it's more of an herbivore, which is not really going to help here, because the center of the map is death. So, really, by being an herbivore, you're encouraging yourself to go to the bad place, where you don't want to be. So what they should be doing, although it's random, of course, is they should be evolving more towards a 1 value for a diet, which means that they are going to be carnivore. Unfortunately, as it seems now, that is not quite happening. Since it has, however, been 2 hours, we're going to double this Bibite spawning rate real quick, just to see what happens. And now it's at 4. I actually wonder, can I go above, like, this? I may not be able to, which means I'm going to have to manually spawn them in if I want to keep on doubling it every hour. Alright, see you in a bit. Wow, that actually really sped it up. If you look at this now, we're actually at 1,005, and, oh, not ever increasing, but we had 1,000 in like a few minutes then. Meaning that we may just want to continue increasing it, I guess on the hour, as what I've been doing, to eventually see if I can get to 10,000 here. But yeah, 1,000, running 60 FPS, unless I zoom out, let's zoom back in, running 60 FPS, looking just fine. Our real and current issue here, by the way, I've lowered the TPS so it doesn't lag at all, because it's starting to look bad. But our real issue here is that there's not enough space for the Bibites to be in. Like they have this shaded area here, which is sort of keeping them confined in a smaller area. However, I just saw a setting, no, not there, in the dynamics, which allows me to turn that off. And just like that, we've increased the space of this ever-growing amount of food into an ever-infinite expanse of void. Now, this will increase the amount of area that they can spread out among. It may also allow them to die a lot more easy, because now there's just a new void, a new frontier, farther out than even, like, the center mass there. So I guess we'll see how it goes. Interesting survival tactic? They're trying their best. Why are they just... Hold on. I can't make sense of this, but why are they just spinning in a circle? I mean... Let's see how that pans out for you. As we approach the 3-hour mark here, I'm increasing the global fertility, which defines the amount of energy that gets spawned in each second in a fertile area, which is correlated with how many Bibites the simulation can sustain simultaneously. What it means is by doing that, more Bibites will be allowed to prosper, because unlike what I previously thought, even though there's infinite meat, still no one has an incentive to why do you have 2 trails? Yo. No one at the moment has an incentive to go for all the meat. So while it's all there, they still don't quite get it. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh! Just get flung! I don't think they're... yeah. No. Rainbow. As we approach the 3-hour mark, and we take a look at any of these graphs, we see that the Bibites have dropped in population since that change I did, but the meat has just continued to rise. Which means that I think, since the Bibites aren't evolving by themselves, I mean they are but very slowly, but they're not evolving towards carnivore, I may have to introduce some carnivores here to take advantage of this huge surplus in order to actually reach 10,000 Bibites. Because this is a lot of Bibites to get. In the moment, I only have 1,120 something. But every single second, more are perishing. Mostly because, if I hazard a guess, all of them are focusing on one single food pellet. And since they have the same mind, they all go for that one food pellet. Because they all can see that food pellet and they have a tactic to go towards it. So that's what made me come to the conclusion that I do need to introduce something to go for all the meat here. 1, to lower the lag of the server here, and 2, to make sure that the herbivores here have enough food to eat as well, which could potentially form an ecological balance. Let's introduce the Squalus nova, which is a bit like sharks and descended from the vultures. I'm going to select it here, add to the list here, set this to spawning in the entire world, which can be anywhere, but I am going to lower the priority. Just a bit. So now, these things will be spawning, and since it now has hit 3 hours, I'm going to see. I don't think I'll be able to. I think it's going to cap. Oh! Oh, I keep doubling it. Okay, then. Wait, is this... hold on, I'm just going to do a quick... oh, no! Well, I guess let's start by closing out of this tab here. Don't break? Okay, it is actually running. Surprisingly. And now we also have sharks introduced here, which can eat all the meat that has surrounded this map for so long, clean up the lag, and also add more species to our... oh, I'll save. I thought the end just crashed. Add more species to our list. Whoa! Why do you have so many colors coming off you? Oh, I guess it probably just comes with the shark template. Yeah. Let's see here. Their diet is, yeah, mostly carnivore. That's kind of what we're hoping for all these herbivorous Bibites, but they're not there for long enough to actually evolve that trait. Because it's random chance, and they've not been getting lucky. Wow, this is going to add a huge and completely different dynamic to this world as we continue on into the 4th hour. And maybe, just maybe, we'll actually hit a point in which we have 2,000 Bibites, maybe 5,000. Still hoping for 10,000, but that's still a bit, far off. So we'll see how it goes. Oh, what have I done? Oh no! I have no frames. Uh-oh. Well, how are we gonna get to 10,000 if the simulation won't... It's probably enough sharks, right? In addition to, I have turned off all particles, because without it, I don't even think the simulation would run. Yikes. So the simulation is running very slow now, at 0.9 and 0.8. It's just like slowly dropping. The simulation real time is right there, which is unfortunate. That means that we're not actually quite there, like we're not even close to 10,000, but I want to make it so we're at that number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make us at that number. So instead... Okay! And now, let's see when it breaks. We have officially hit 10,000 items. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Let's do some quick tweaks so I can make it so it can push it just a bit farther. Alright. Hear me out. If this thing is moving, if the circle's actively moving, free a factor with the radius, that should change where the Bibites can spawn. Especially if I make it a much smaller area. Okay, it is working. It is now choosing a random direction, it's going there, and it is, at least should be, spawning Bibites there. I'm gonna guess it is by the fact that I have 5 frames. Alright. It's only been 2 in-game minutes of this nightmare occurring. Let's go back to here. We are halfway there. Oh. A bunch just appeared. Okay. Let's make it just a tiny bit more. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No. Do not break. Hold on! Oh. Might be able to stop turning. We're good to continue. Okay. We're close. The computer just needs to hold on a bit longer. 1,000. Wish this luck. Yup! We are close. Oh. Yes! Okay! Pause. Pause the simulation. Pause. Pause. 10,000 bits. Oh! My gosh. Yeah. We've done it. 10,000 bits.